Although coach Pep Guardiola recently denied that De Bruyne was good at Rafsud, replacing the American star in the near future is necessary. And Musiala is the name being targeted. It is not impossible that the citizen will open negotiations in the summer of 2025. The player born in 2003 has shown his talent throughout the past time. At Euro 2024, Musiala scored 3 goals and was one of 6 players to win the title of top scorer. It is known that Musiala is considering leaving Belmontic in the near future. The contract between Han and Hun Sam Spar Bavaria is still valid until 2026. At this time, Mark Setien is only interested in Musiala, but there is no specific offer for Belmontic. They will consider this deal carefully before making a final decision. MOU to sell Erikson cheaply in the summer market. According to calls of sight, MOU are ready to part ways with midfielder Christian Erikson this summer. The club only want to earn a modest amount from the former southpaw. After Sergei Bratislav took over at MOU, he prioritized youth formation. The fact that MOU has not signed 2 young players in the summer of 2024 shows that. Therefore, players on the other side of their career slopes such as Erikson have no place. Erikson himself wants to play more instead of sitting on the bench every week at MOU. The Danish star has also considered leaving Go this summer. In the context of the negotiation between the 32-year-old player and the Red, only the child approved a 1-year term. The ball in front of Old Trafford is also ready to let him go. Specifically, Mu only wants to collect €5 million from Erikson. Adelic and Ajax Amsterdam are 2 players who want the player's service right away. With Mu only wanting to collect €5 million, the 2 above ball suggestions absolutely cannot pay. However, Erikson will have to reduce his salary when leaving Old Trafford. Erik ten Hag updates Joro's injury situation. Mal lost the match against Arsenal with a score of 1-2, but won the penalty shootout. The match was conducted according to the rules of the organizer. Everything would have been fine if the Old Trafford Stadium had been affected by the force. MAU's rookie Joro was injured and had to leave the field in the 35th minute. It seems that this player is playing with an ankle injury. Speaking about the health of this rookie, Olivier Ten Hag said, "It is still too early to assess Joro's injury situation. We have to wait 24 hours to know more. We are especially careful because Joro has only done 50% of the 10 sessions. But let's look at the positives and wait and see how he will be." Not only Joro, striker Rasmussen is always in this match in the Palace of Peace. He left the field just 6 minutes after the opening score in the regulation. Coach Erik ten Hag has a certain concern when the number of matches of MOU in the 2024-2025 season is ordered. The schedule for next season will be a burden. Of course, we are not the only team facing a storm of injuries in the 2023-2024 season. The MOU is really in trouble, especially at the end of the season. The pressure on the MOU is huge and next season will be even worse. PSG makes a blockbuster €70 million. According to The Atlantic, PSG has successfully convinced Benfica to sell Neves for €70 million. This deal is lower than the legal contract of this young midfielder worth €120 million. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano confirmed that the deal is only in the final details before being completed. To let Renato Sanchez go in the opposite direction. Neves became the 4th most expensive young player in transfer history, after Kylie Mount €180 million, Jean-Philippe €120 million and Mathis Darley €85.5 million. Jean Neves was welcomed by many clubs this summer, impressing at club level and the national team recently. With Benfica, the player is only 19 years old, appearing in 55 matches on the field. Scored 3 goals and had 2 assists. This young talent impressed with his technique, control, passing and scoring ability. After owning John Evers, PSG will likely soon complete a business deal with Mu regarding the case of Manuel Ugarte. Coach Luis Enrique wanted to own a better passer, so he decided to sell Ugarte to bring in John Evers. Ronaldo's son reached an enviable milestone. Recently, Rolando Jr., the eldest son of superstar Cristiano Ronaldo, has reached an incredible milestone on social media. Specifically, Rolando Jr.'s personal Instagram account has reached more than 1 million followers. It is worth noting that Rolando's son has only just turned 14, and this is considered a rare achievement for someone who has not yet entered professional football. Another surprise is that Rolando Jr. has only one post on this social media platform, and that further proves the undeniable appeal of this player. Rondo Jr.'s milestone is said to be partly supported by his father Cristiano. Up to now, the Portuguese superstar is the player with the most followers on Instagram with 635 million people. The above-mentioned huge attraction helped CR7 earn about $3.2 million for each advertising post on this social network, according to the announcement of Hopper HQ. Although very young, Rolando Jr. has shown great potential in his football career and received a lot of expectations from fans. Besides, the boy also often appears with his father at major events, thereby creating a close and warm family image. Chelsea issues verdict on Enzo Fernandez after racism case. Recently, Chelsea has made a decision with Enzo after the racism incident. Specifically, instead of being punished, Enzo will have to join his teammates to participate in Chelsea's US tour. Enzo Fernandez just won the 2004 Copa America with the Argentina team. According to the Standard, he will rest from 3 weeks to 1 month. However, Chelsea wants Enzo Fernandez to return to play immediately to correct the bad impression he caused. The 2022 bodybuilder is expected to arrive in the US tomorrow. Although he was not severely punished by Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez is still not sitting still with FIFA and the FA. According to the British media, in the worst case, he could be suspended for 12 matches at Premier League. Enzo joined Chelsea from Benfica for a record fee of €120 million. However, up to this point, he has not fully proven his worth. Chelsea still have 4 matches in the US, respectively with America, Man City, Real Madrid and Inter Milan. Before that, the Blues drew 2-2 with Greg Ham and lost 4-0 to Celtic. Man City set the price to sell Canfin Phillips. According to Football Insider, Man City are ready to sell midfielder Canfin Phillips in the summer of 2024. Man San also set the price to sell the player on his day. In January this year, he was all out on loan, but continued to play badly with many mistakes. He has now returned to Pep Guardiola's fold. Cardiff City's Philip has asked to leave Man City after struggling to make an impact in the blue half of Manchester. Man City are looking for another loan deal ahead of the 2024-25 season, but the player wants to leave permanently. Manchester City are willing to meet the request and have set a price of around £20 million. Even if that is a loss on the £42 million they paid. However, no team is willing to pay that amount yet. The 1995-born player still wants to play football outside England. It is reported that Everton and Nottingham Forest want to borrow Ramsdale. Coach Nuno Santo wants to work with Aaron Ramsdale at Nottingham Forest, and the team is very interested in borrowing the goalkeeper from Arsenal. Ramsdale has lost his number 1 position at Arsenal to David Raya. The Gunners have just officially activated the clause to transfer the Spanish goalkeeper from Bradford. That makes the possibility of Ramsdale leaving this summer even greater. The English star really wants to play regularly. So far there has been no suitable offer for Aaron Ramsdale, but many clubs outside England are keeping an eye on him. Nuno Santo is one of them, as he wants to work with Ramsdale at Nottingham. But the club cannot pay the £25 minus $30 million Arsenal are asking for. Nottingham think that paying Ramsdale's full wages plus around €5 million will help them convince Arsenal to take their star player on loan. The Gunners are also thinking about finding a replacement for the former Safunatic star, but they prefer to sell him rather than loan him out. If they do not receive a suitable offer, Arsenal will consider loaning Ramsdale out. Arsenal is now targeting Wolverhampton's Dan Bentley as a replacement for the England goalkeeper, but Bentley's price tag is quite high and he is currently being offered a stay at St Molineux.